Welcome back to American Money 101. Today, we're breaking down one of the most misunderstood parts of retirement planning, how Social Security actually calculates your benefits. Most people think Social Security replaces a fixed percentage of your paycheck. It does not. Social Security uses a formula based on your lifetime earnings record. The starting point is called AIME, which stands for Average Index Monthly Earnings. In plain English, Social Security looks at the income you paid Social Security taxes on, adjusts for past earnings for wage growth over time, and then generally uses your highest 35 years of indexed earnings. If you work for more than 35 years, lower earning years can fall off the calculation. If you worked fewer than 35 years, zero income years may be included. Then Social Security adds those 35 years together and divides by 420 months. That number becomes your average indexed monthly earnings. So Social Security is not based on your last paycheck. It is based on your long-term earnings history. And today, we're going to break it all down. Point number one, Social Security uses a progressive formula. Once Social Security has your average index monthly earnings, it applies a progressive formula. That means the first dollars are replaced at a higher percentage and later dollars are replaced at a lower percentage. For someone first eligible in 2026, the formula works like this. Social Security replaces 90% of the first $1,286 of the average index monthly earnings. Then it replaces 32% of the amount between $1,286 and $7,749. Then it replaces 15% of anything above the $7,749 figure. These thresholds are called bend points because this is where the formula bends or changes. That is why Social Security is considered progressive. Lower lifetime earners receive a higher replacement percentage of their income. Higher lifetime earners still receive a benefit, but Social Security replaces a smaller percentage of their overall income. This is not a glitch, that is the design. Point number two, the 90% number does not apply to your entire income. This is where people get confused. When Social Security replaces 90% of the first bracket, that does not mean it replaces 90% of your entire income. It means it replaces 90% of the first slice. Then the next slice is replaced at 32%. Then the third slice is replaced at 15%. So if someone has average index monthly earnings of $6,000, Social Security does not multiply $6,000 by 90%. That would come out to $5,400 per month, and that is not how this formula works. Instead, Social Security breaks the income into sections. The first section gets the highest replacement rate, the second section gets a lower replacement rate, and if the income is high enough, the third section gets the lowest replacement rate. Social Security is not random, it is math. Point number three, Bertha's example. Let's use Bertha as an example. Bertha turned 62 in 2026, and her average index monthly earnings are $6,000 a month. Because Bertha's AIME is $6,000, her calculation uses the first two brackets, but not the third bracket. The first $1,286 or $1,286 is replaced at 90%. That gives Bertha roughly $1,508. Add those two together and Bertha's estimated benefit at full retirement age is about $2,665 per month before other adjustments. But again, Bertha did not receive 90% of the $6,000. She received 90% of the first slice and 32% of the next slice. The first dollars are protected the most. The next dollars are protected less. And the highest dollars are protected the least. Point number four, your claiming age still matters. This calculated number is often called your primary insurance amount or your PIA. Your PIA is the base benefit you would receive at full retirement age. But the actual check you receive depends on when you claim. If you claim early before full retirement age, your monthly benefit is reduced. If you claim at full retirement age, you generally receive your full calculated benefit. If you delay beyond full retirement age, your benefit can increase increase through delayed retirement credits up to age 70. That is why two people with the same earnings record can receive different monthly checks. The formula is one part of the equation, the claiming age is the other part. Point number 5, higher earners need to pay close attention. Social Security was never designed to fully replace a high earner's income. It was designed to be a foundation. Let's use Mr. Russell as an example. Mr. Russell is a higher income earner with an average index monthly earnings of $12,000 a month. The first $1,286 is replaced at 90%. The next portion from $1,286 to $7,749 is replaced at 32%. But the income above $7,749 is only replaced at 15%. So even though Mr. Russell earned twice as much as Bertha in this example, his Social Security benefit would not be twice as high. Once income moves into the higher bracket, Social Security only replaces 15 cents on the dollar. That is where high earners can get caught off guard. They may pay a lot into the system, but Social Security may still replace only a limited percentage of their lifestyle. So if Mr. Russell is used to living on a high income, Social Security alone will not maintain that lifestyle. He'll need other income sources such as a 401k, IRA, Roth IRA, brokerage account, pension, rental income, business income, or cash reserves. Point number 6, Social Security is a foundation, not the whole house. This is where American Money 101 wants to think differently. Social Security is not bad. Social Security is not useless. And Social Security is not something people should ignore. But it is also not a complete retirement strategy. It is the base layer. It is the floor, not the ceiling. For lower income retirees, Social Security may replace a meaningful share of pre-retirement income. For middle income retirees, it may cover some essentials, but probably not everything. And for higher income retirees, it may help, but it will likely replace a much smaller percentage of their lifestyle. That is why understanding this formula matters. Once you understand the math, you can ask better questions. Will this cover my housing? Will this cover healthcare? Will this cover food, transportation, insurance, and taxes? What happens if inflation keeps pushing costs higher? What happens if I live into my 80s or my 90s? What happens if I claim too early? Those are the questions that actually matter. Point number 7, the simple takeaway. Social Security is not magic, it is math. It looks at your highest 35 years of indexed earnings, it divides that total by 420 months, then it applies a progressive formula where the first dollars are replaced at the highest percentage, and the later dollars are replaced at lower percentages. For Bertha, $6,000 of average index monthly earnings does not turn into 90% of $6,000. It turns into 90% of the first bracket plus 32% of the next bracket. And for Mr. Russell, our higher income earner, it helps, but every dollar above the second bend point gets a much smaller percentage rate. That is the lesson. Social Security can be an important part of retirement, but it should not be the entire plan. Know your number before you need your number. Review your Social Security statement. Understand your full retirement age. Think carefully before claiming early, and build a retirement plan that does not depend on one source of income doing all the heavy lifting. Because nobody should care about your money more than you do. Thanks for watching, and if you found value in today's video, don't forget to hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to understand how Social Security really works, and drop a comment with your thoughts. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, American Money 101. We're working hard to hit 100,000 subscribers, and your support means the world. Join the American Money 101 family, and let's continue this journey together. God bless.